For reasons that are frankly unknown to anybody with sense, I have wound up with 19 1.9 TDIs. I have no idea if they're any good, I have no idea what the engine codes are, so in this episode, in the pissing rain because it's Ireland, I am going to try and turn them all by hand and see if they're any good. Come join me. So, I'm going to sell a lot of them because it's going to fund things like the Mercedes here, and I need some bits for the Subaru and stuff like that. So I'm going to sell quite a few and keep some of them. There are some PD TDIs, which are that generation. There are some Mark IV AFN style TDIs, which are what is in the T25. And then there's some AHUs / 1Zs, which are the earlier generation, which are in the likes of my Mark II Golfs. So, to make sure they're okay for selling, they're being sold very cheaply because, I mean, I can't properly test them, you know. I'm going to cut the belts with the mini grinder here because for all I know, water pumps or power steering pumps or whatever could be seized, but they don't really matter. So I'm going to cut the belts and then turn the crank pulley by hand on all of them and make sure they're okay. Now, it's probably going to be a wee bit of a ball ache to do this in the piss and rain and holding the phone and videoing at the same time. Plus, I'm going to have to cover these engines back over whenever I've taken one off because I don't really want them getting all wet. What do we got at the front? Okay, so this one I knew wasn't great because the rocker cover was broke off it. So that's probably going to have to just be scrapped, to be honest. I wouldn't sell it to somebody knowing that it was like deliberately left out. But there is a gearbox there, so I need to see what that's off. More importantly though, here's an AHU. So this is the type of engine that I have in my Mark IIs. What's it say on it? Mark II, timing belt at 145,000. And it has a reg and everything, so that's pretty cool for checking parts. Now, to be honest, I almost begrudge selling the AHUs because I have so many of them and I use them. So like, these are the ones that are most useful to me, and they're kind of hard to get, but that's a battery that's not great. I should have checked that. It's one belt. Right, let's peel that off. Take it off the crank. These belts are crusty. Right, now we can guarantee nothing's going to stop the engine from turning. Put our big ratchet in. Everybody say a prayer. Oh yeah. Had to do it a couple times just to make sure. That's definitely okay. That's turning nice enough that I know it's got compression, which is good. Like, it's quite free, but still, that in my books is a good one. Now let's mark on that it's a good one with our Subaru STI pen. Oh, just right, GG, because I'm a fucking nerd. So that's covered over again. That's one down. One we're marking as scrap because of that rocker cover situation. 17 more to go. Okay, what do we got here? This is Mark IV Golf TDI. Not sure what... I'm not really au fait with the Mark IV era of stuff. I just know it says Golf 4, but usually these ones have aluminium rocker covers, which is kind of how I tell them apart. PDEs have big flat plastic ones. Mark IVs have aluminium ones, and then AHU / 1Zs, the earlier ones, have normal metal rocker covers and look more like something you'd see in a standard Mark II. Okay, let's just peel that off. This is all more aluminium than I'm used to. Oh, I don't like those tensioner setups. The Mercedes has something like that and I don't like it. This is no gearbox on, so this should be relatively easy. Are you the same size poly bolt? Oh, brilliant. God bless Volkswagen. Fingers crossed. Okay, that's reassuring. I have to put my boot on it, keep it steady. Wee bit harder to turn than the other one. That could also be a good thing. I'm hoping that the belt goes around that on the other side, because I can't see a town belt there. Although it's all moving. Oh, it's coming out there. Let's maybe not turn this too much. But either way, it's turning nicely. Okay. So, in my books, that is another GG. Now, I need to find out what code this is. It has a reg written on it, so what I'll do is I'll find out and work what the engine code is, and then I'll write it on. But either way, that's a good one. 16 more. So, next on our list, just going inwards, is this one, which is yet another Mark IV. Now, this does have a code on it. It's an AGR. That's handy to know. I don't know what an AGR is out of. I'm assuming looking at it, it's Mark IV, or it could be Passat or something like that. Interestingly, somebody's already cut the belts on this one. Let's hope that's not a bad thing. Let's put the pulley, or the socket on the pulley. Say your prayers, everyone. Okay. Promising. That even sounded like compression there. Oh yeah. That's another good one. It's almost too easy. Maybe I'm imagining things. Or maybe I'm just used to engines that aren't as healthy. Or maybe I'm really strong. Who knows? Either way, that is a GG. GG AGR. Let's just put that on in big. I have put it on the pump in most of these, so I'll do it again just to keep it all the same. Okay, we're doing good here, folks. We've got one good engine, two good engine, one bad engine, which we kind of knew about, one good engine. So that's 3 for 4. Next up, we'll try this AHU. What I'm also going to do, just to make sure these things stay good, is that some of them have the boost manifolds exposed. So I'm just going to put a glove and a cable tie around it. Keeps it tight, watertight, but also it means I know which ones I've done at a quick glance. It's a bit Feathers McGraw from Wallace and Gromit, but it works. Okay, now I know this is an AHU by the fact that it says AHU on it, but it's important to note that 1Zs and AHUs look pretty much identical, to be totally honest. So you do just need to double check. Cut the belts here. Let's pull that off. The positioning of this one isn't really ideal. It's buried in the corner, or buried into other engines. I'm by myself, so I ain't got the strength to move them all, but here we go. Okay, everyone, fingers crossed. Okay, that's good. Keep going. Don't let me down. Keep hitting my hand off that gearbox and it's bloody sore. But I think this is a win, boys. Yeah, good enough for me. To quote the late Bruce Forsyth, good game, good game. You know, as I stand here in the pissing rain, fiddling about with 19 TDI engines, I'm reminded of a friend of mine that messaged me recently. Haven't talked to him in a long time. Smiliest man in the country, so people who can put Volkswagens and really, really smiley man together will know probably who I'm talking about. And he gave me a pearl of wisdom. He said, remember, I'm paraphrasing, he said, remember when you're doing all this stuff, this is meant to be fun. You're meant to enjoy doing this. So it's kind of why I'm videoing this. I thought, you know what, I need to get back to doing what I enjoy and not just thinking about the rust in the Mercedeses and the Subarus and the Volkswagens that make you stay awake at night and wonder what the hell you're doing it all for. Random acts of kindness and shit like this. This is what it's all about. Back to the rain. Right, we'll start to move towards this side now. The middle gets a bit tricky. This, as you can tell, is from a Passat or an Audi because it's got the longitudinal gearbox. There's a couple of those gearboxes. I don't really want them, so I'll probably sell them. I'm assuming it's Audi because I already see 4 rings on the part there. What is it? Is it an AHU? Is it a PD? Is it an AFN? It's PD. Okay. I have a couple of people already messaged me about PDs, so one thing I will say, anybody looking at them, is that the fans on the front of all of them are damaged as a result of me. Okay, let's try and get this cover off and get a look. What's interesting is this PD had like a cap that goes over the crank pulley. I've never in my life had a PD or done anything with the PD. I know that has one, but sure, I haven't had to do anything with that. And it covers the crank pulley, which keeps the bolts and all perfect. And I think that's a great idea, and I wish all of my cars had that. Right, okay. First PD. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? If it had fucking hair on it, you'd find it, Tom. Let's see. Somebody said that to me at work once, and I got a good laugh. I'd never heard that phrase before. Incredibly rude. Right, we are on. First PD, everyone. I don't know what code this is. I'll need to try and find out, but let's see what happens. That's solid. Now, we could be in gear, because the other ones didn't have a gearbox. So that's going to take a bit of fettling. Let's see, do this out of the way. Okay. False alarm. Turns out, just wasn't fully in neutral. But we are good. Feels like it's got good compression. Thank God. Right. First PD, a success. So, oh, I didn't mean to touch the inside. Ah, well. That is another GG. Where are we going to find this dry? There's dry. That's a GG. Neat. Now I'm off to Google how the hell you tell which PD is which. And now it's time for the next one. Another PD. Now, I think there's clocks and everything here for this. I don't like the fact that that rocker cover or the pulley thing there is broken, but if this is the one I think it is out of the collection, I'm going to keep this one for myself. There's one that's out of a Skoda Superb, but I think it says Skoda Superb on it, and I just know that chances are that won't have been ragged that much, so I might keep it for myself. But anyway, before we get to that, let's have a look at this. Now this looks like it's had a new pulley on the alternator, and that is a common problem on these, but it does imply to me that maybe it's been looked after. I don't know. Either way, let's cut the belt and find out. Something that's worth noting whenever you get an engine that isn't in a car and you can't really tell anything about it is to look at the obvious signs. So that one had a new pulley on the alternator, but also the belt. It's a Continental belt, which is a good thing, but also this one looks pretty fresh. So I reckon that was a well looked after engine. So fingers crossed. Maybe that rocker cover being broken was just shit luck. Also, I did get a bag of like looms and brains and things. I can't guarantee any of it, so I'll not be selling it with it. However, this one has a number written on it, 7014, and I'm near certain I saw a set of clocks and an ECU that said 7014 on it. So fingers crossed that all matches, and that means I've got a complete kit. Here we go. Okay, I'm turning the whole bloody engine. Okay, that's good. Very good. Don't know what that noise is, but I think it's the engine hitting against something. They're all turning very freely. Like really, really freely. Not like to the point where I think it's done or anything, but might be because it's not turning any ancillaries. But either way, that's another PD. Good to go. So that's that one done. Now, what's this one? This looks to be, well, it says RDA4 on it. This is likely an AHU. I doubt it's a 1Z. Oh, it says AHU on there. Brilliant. Annoyingly, right? So Audi ones are different than Golf ones. Well, sorry, I should say A4 and Passat ones are different than Golf ones, because these would have been longitudinally mounted, which means you get that gearbox. But what that means is your manifolds and all that sort of stuff won't really work if you're swapping these into a Mark II Golf. It's fine if you're putting it into a van or something like that, or something also longitudinally mounted, but it's just something to think about down the line if you're buying a conversion kit. Okay, belt cut. Let's have a look. Now these AHUs are very, very hardy. I know I've wrecked a couple, but that's due to my own gross negligence, quite frankly. But fingers crossed, eh? Look at that. Beautiful. Awesome. Right, so that is yet another AHU. Now, the AHUs out of all of these are probably the most valuable because they're kind of hard to get now, to be honest. So to get one of these to be turning and all the rest, they're just really not that common now. So that's why I'm kind of like, should I sell these at all? Maybe I should keep the AHUs as spares, but I know there's people need them, so there's no point in me hoarding everything. But that, in my books, is another GG. GG. So with that one down, we'll go immediately here to this one. Another AHU. This one has a gearbox. So obviously it's longitudinally mounted. I see a power steering reservoir on it, which is interesting. I'll probably keep that because you never know what I'll need that for. This one has had the belt not fully applied or something. I don't know. Although, yeah, I think it's just been taken off. There's this belt still left to cut, and then we'll try and turn it. I actually wind up taking the extension off on this one, so fingers crossed. Oh yeah, we're doing good. This is, other than the one that I knew was bad because the rocker cover was off, which might even still turn, to be honest. We're at a 100% success rate. Brilliant. I kind of want to keep them all. So just had a little bit of a break with a coffee there. I'm about to get back into doing these engines. I've done 10, there's 9 left. But I just wanted to take a little bit of a time here because I don't normally, on the videos, normally I go for really as professional as I can stuff, but it's nice to just do a little vlog type thing now and again. Just want to say a thank you to everybody who's tuned in over the last while. The YouTube, the figures have been dropping rapidly, but I've started doing a lot more reels and shorts and TikToks and all those sorts of things, and it's really brought up the engagement and got more people involved. And just want to say a big thanks to everybody who's been here so far, the people who are here now, and the people who maybe a couple of years down the line are looking back and see this. Just harking back to that, you're supposed to be having fun doing this. I do really enjoy doing the videos, and regardless of view count or what people think or anything like that, I'm gonna keep doing them because I enjoy making stuff. And if you've enjoyed the stuff, that's even better. I've made some really good friends through this whole YouTube thing, and people joining the Discord and stuff and messaging in every day and just talking shit, and it's kind of what these cars and things are all about. God, that engine looks really good in this light. Just remember, when you're working on your own projects, there's a lot of us probably working on things on our own in the garage and maybe don't have car friends to talk to about the stuff they're doing, or don't have a very understanding other half, like I'm fortunate enough to have. And it can be lonely. It's not necessarily a team game. It's not a team sport. It's not like going and playing football with people where you like are forced to be with people and you engage that way. Sometimes cars are a very lonely, insular hobby, so it sounds like a really weird advertisement for the Discord, but honestly, there'll never be a time when I don't respond to messages or comments or anything like that. I see all of them. I'll always look at them. If you're alone in your garage and you want to make new friends, check out the Discord and just talk away, or send me a message even on Instagram. Preferably Instagram because, well, that's what I'm on most of the time. But just want to say to people, never go it alone. And speaking of which, I'm going to go back outside alone and look at more TDIs. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. I've really appreciated it. I'm hoping this will be a really good year for the channel. But let's see how we go. Right, that's enough gibberish. Let's go. Okay, so possibly selfishly, I've decided I want to keep this one for myself. This is out of a Mark III Golf. It's got a front wheel drive gearbox, which is great for me. But it says 88k on it. I'm really hoping that means when it was taken out at the scrapyard, it only had 88,000 miles on it and not it had the timing belt on at 88,000 miles. Because if that's the case, holy shit. I did put my name on this actually when we were lifting them because I was like, I want that one. So let's cut the belt and hope for the best because this one's mine. Also, another childish reason I wanted this is there's a date on it, 18th to the 6th, 97. I was born in July 97, so not identical, but you know, kind of close. So, let's put this on the pulley. Did we get on straight away? Not quite. Oopsie. Okay. Fingers crossed. Focus, damn it. There we go. Oh yeah. This is going to go in the maroon Golf. Some of you may know this one. I know it already had an engine, but if you saw the crank pulley wobble in that engine, you would think That shouldn't have been fit to drive the Tipperary, but sure enough it did. So say hello to Veronica's new engine. It got a GG on the pump, but it's getting Veronica on the side. Yeah, boy. Okay, so we're down to these three. There's a second cover, so that covers me taking off. This one's out of a Passat. What's interesting here is that this is from an automatic. It still has the torque converter on the back, actually. Now, automatics of this era, I don't think are massively common, but more to the point is that it probably hasn't had much abuse because it's automatic. So it might be ideal for a lot of people that it's auto, but you never know. Here we have a Mark IV engine. ASV is the engine code on this one, so that's handy to know. I don't know whether it is Mark IV or whether it's Passat or whatever, but you know what I mean. And then we have one out of an A4, which is an AHU. It's got a reg on it, which is great. 199,000, needs water pump. I'll probably keep that as a spare because nobody else really is going to want an engine with 189,000 on it, but I don't mind. Anyway, what will we start with? Well, this one's right in front of me, so we'll start with this one. This is the Mark IV engine. Right, so belts cut on all three of them. Let's start with this one, the Mark IV engine, the ASV, I think I said it was. Right, that's on. Hopefully it doesn't slip off. Good. Not good. Not good at all. Okay. Stuck. Okay, it appears we have our first dud. And to be fair, we kind of thought that because the manifold was sitting off it when we lifted it. This one is stuck. Tried messing about with it for a bit there, but no joy, I'm afraid. So that is a fail, unfortunately. But I'm sure things like the turbo, diesel pump, stuff like that are probably worth taking off it. So I'll do all that, keep them as spares. So I guess we'll mark that as our first RIP. Next up, the Passat Auto one. Now, bear in mind, anybody who buys this was out of a black Passat, so if you have a yellow Passat or a blue Passat, this engine won't do, I'm afraid. Black Passat's only in, chat. Let me try and wangle my way into this, Jesus Christ. Right, pulley is there. Get on the alert. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, that's looking promising, isn't it? Better than the last one was. I'm afraid of it popping off, it's a bit awkward. But I think that's a full turn. I'd say we're winning. Don't get tight on me. Ah, I just hit myself in the knee. Okay, that's turning. That's a win. Have we an engine code on that? AVF. AVF, whatever that is. A very fine engine. Lastly, the greatest engine Volkswagen ever made. The AHU. Are you gonna turn them? AHU gonna turn? Sorry. I just had a coffee. Okay, with the magic of Hollywood editing, we're on there. Let's see. Good start. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Oh, lovely. I believe that's 2 GGs and an RIP. Okay, we've done the front, done around the side, and a bit of the back. We have got, I think it's 5 more engines left to check. Well done if you're still here, by the way. I can't imagine what kind of mad person wants to sit and watch somebody turn over 19 TDI engines and hope that they work, but fair play to you. So these two are kind of buried in the middle, which is a bit awkward, but I'll get there. There's an AHU here. Is it an AHU? Let's just check. AHU, yep, written on there. And then, I don't know what code this is, however, it says Skoda Superb 2 litre on it. I don't think any man, woman and child wants a 2 litre, but you never know, somebody might. And it's a turbo and all the rest on it, but the thing is, that one has some loom and a brain and the matching clocks and everything, so that one was really meticulously taken out. And let's be real, a Skoda Superb, probably a lot less abused than your average Golf or Passat in this country, so it's probably worth something. But either way, I'm gonna have to try and maneuver these around a bit so I can get at it. Right then, first of all, let's try this AHU because I can get to it nice and easy. Which means pulley was straight on, that's good. Fingers crossed. This is seeming like a win, boys. Okay, that's bound to be 2 full turns by now. Awesome. Right, that's a good AHU. Alright, let's try this 2 litre TDI. Can I get that in there? Can I get that number? Stop spinning on me. Okay. Oh, I forgot to break the belts. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, went back and cut the belt. Let's try this again. Okay, this is a bit heavier. Means bigger engine, I suppose, but we're turning. Okay, I'm counting that as a win. So that's a PD and an AHU, also good. Now there's another AHU, another couple engines buried in here, and that is us. Okay, they did also come with like sundries, I'll call them. It's basically all boost pipes and stuff like that, which I'm going to keep all of because that would be really, really handy for doing engine swaps and having pipes and stuff, because you can never really have too many of them. One that's really, really cool is a boost pipe here that's metal, and it forms part of an engine mount or something, I think, and a bumper bracket. And I've never seen the likes of that before. Anyway, this one is a blue A4 TDI AHU, so if you have any other colour of Audi, you can't have it, I'm afraid. Let's see. Let's kick that on. Say a prayer. Okay, that was a bit sticky there, but maybe it's because it's been a while. Happens us all. Oh, it has a gearbox on it. Ah, fair enough. Well, it's turning. I don't know what that bit of a judder is, but it might just need freed out. Don't know how I feel about that. That might be one of those ones that somebody can get very, very cheaply, just in case, you know. Right, there's another AHU, something buried under there, and that Mark IV engine, and I think that is us. I'm gonna put an ominous question mark on that one, like Black Eyed Peas. Where is the love? Where is the engine? There. Didn't really want to get the water on the paint pen, but there we are. So we're down to the last 3: an AHU, a Mark IV engine, and a PD. Does this say what it is? LKZ. No, that's PD 130. Neat. Okay, if somebody wants that, that's good. So I have 2 that people want, both are PD 130s, so good stuff. We'll start with the PD 130 because it's easiest to get at. Hopefully it's out of gear, I'm not really sure. Then we'll do the AFN and we'll round things off with my favourite engine, the AHU. Right, back again. Let's see what we got here. Set it on. Snug. I think that was a turn. Okay, that was full. That's a win. Next one. Let's get you on there. Oh, that was good, straight on. I'm gonna be a pro at this by the end of this. Are you gonna turn? You've no engine on you, so fingers crossed. Oh no. Let me get a bit more ignorant. Okay, update. I got ignorant, it turned a bit, but it was really notchy and I'm not happy with it. I can't sell that, so I'll put a question mark on that one as well. AHU, you're our last hope. If I sound out of breath, it's because I am. Okay everybody, it's the last one. Please be good to me, AHU. Okay, It's turning. It's a good start. Turning very happily, actually. I can hear air being pushed out. I think, everybody, we have ended on a win. So there we are, everyone. Oh, I need to fix that cover. It's coming up. Anyway, there we are, everyone. If you've stuck around to the end, fair play to you. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everybody on the Patreon. Thank you to everybody who's joined the Discord. Check out our web store for merch, 427motorsports.co.uk. I'll put it at the bottom. It's been great. Thanks to everybody who messages. Thanks to everybody who checks us out on the other channels like the TikTok and Instagram and stuff. It's really, really cool. Anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck.